the surprising path that's ahead for you. In today's reading, you're going to learn what surprising plans the universe has coming now for your life. We are going to be using charms, oracle cards, and of course, my intuition, so that we can learn what these surprising plans are that universe has in store for you. Hi, I'm Cheryl Harnish. Welcome to my channel. For over 22 years, I have been using my natural gifts of intuition to help people, and professionally for about 17 years. I'm not an influencer. I'm just simply doing my soul's true purpose. And if you're new to the channel, you probably haven't had a reading quite like this. So settle in, let's get ready to choose our cards. So everyone's favorite, we're choosing by sound. Each sound is going to represent one of the chakras. So just close your eyes and just feel whichever one resonates for you. Let's go with pile number 1. And pile number 2. And pile number 3. Okay, you choose the one that resonates for you. You can select one pile. You can select all 3, whatever resonates for you. I'm going to get us started in our readings. Okay, group 1, let's find out what surprises are coming up, surprising plans. Now we have, this is interesting, we have the ladybug. And the ladybug represents, traditionally she represents luck. But it's also very auspicious to have a ladybug on you. And I feel like they're talking about a change in your luck, an increase in your abundance, your circumstances. There's some positive changes, positive uplifting coming up here with that ladybug. We also have the frog. Now that's interesting because the frog takes these big leaps. And so I feel like where you feel like you may have been stuck, stagnant, or things like just felt like they were moving slowly, this frog is saying there are some big jumps forward. So don't be surprised if things really start to unblock for you, because frog is also amphibious, meaning water and land. This says that you're going to be able to maneuver with these big changes, these big leap forward, in an expert way. It's not going to take you out of your stride. You're going to just go with the flow with whatever's happening with this big leap forward. And clearly it's positive because we have the ladybug. We also have the little squirrel, I'm spinning her around here, the little squirrel on her branch or his branch. Now, with that squirrel, that says that this is going to be a busy time. So if you've been really laid back during this period, this new part of your path is going to be much more busy. And because, squirrel is always running here and there and collecting nuts, there's something about you, the work that you're going to be doing, what you're busy doing is going to be in the form of, finances, emotional security, financial security, because, she's harvesting them for the winter, for when times are tough. And so there's this gathering of resources, if you want to put it that way. But you're definitely, this next part of your path is not going to be sitting on your laurels and just watching Netflix. Now, we also have the peanut, which represents a seed, because a peanut is a seed. So not only are you gathering and busy setting things up for your finances and other areas of your life that are important, you're also planting important seeds. So there's a big element of manifesting happening here, big movements forward with that. And we have a little pair of glasses. And that means perhaps you're going to be seeing things that you haven't seen before. Seeing people differently, situations, even your gifts, talents, your ability to manifest. There's a whole different perspective coming in here. And that can be a little discerning when your world starts to change in a way that you weren't expecting, but you are going to expect it because you know what's coming up ahead. You're going to have the vision to be able to foresee the next step ahead of you. Now, we also have the bells. And I have to say, this is telling me that for some of you, those wedding bells are going to ring. There's going to be engagements, actual weddings, commitments in relationships where, you felt like your person just didn't want to be all in with you. And so I do need to say that I just want to say commitment instead of traditional marriage. Like for some of you, it will be marriage, but for others of you, it will be just that real, true commitment to your relationships. Now, what is this little puppy here? Okay, I love this. We have this smiling little pink cloud, and she is telling us that those cloudy days that you have experienced coming up to this point, you're going to be able to deal with the more difficult times a lot better because this cloud is smiling. You're going to have the foresight to be able to see through temporary difficulties and to really see the forest through the trees or the sky through the clouds. So I just want to grab a couple letters here and see. Oh, I ended up grabbing. Okay, so for letters, we have the letter L, I, H, and X. So these can represent the initials of people, places, things, and events that are going to be important on your path coming up. And we have a little angel. She's holding a heart and she says, angels watching over you. So this says that you are going to be feeling much more guided, directed, connected to your spirit guides, connected to your angels in this part of your path. And because she has a heart, this is also a very important sign of saying this is a much more heart-centered time for you. You're not going to be operating solely, from the logic, from the ego, that this is much more a soul-directed time coming up for you. And I have no idea what this is. Oh my goodness, it's so tiny. I don't know if you can actually see it. But this is a little umbrella. And it's like a person is sitting in a beach chair at the umbrella. Okay, that is saying that there is some sort of break, unexpected breaks, vacationing, getting away, getting to the ocean or places that, bring you solace. I would say definitely look forward to some unexpected travel to places that are soothing to the soul. That's how I feel with this one. That's definitely the message that I'm getting with this little guy. Okay, that's exciting. So let's see what the cards have to say. So clearly there's a huge upswing to the positive for you guys that's happening here. And let's get out our cards. Positive changes that are coming, the surprising path that's unfolding for our group 1. We have Cosmos of the Heart, also a master number 22. We have Path of the Soul. Oh my goodness. Okay, cards in here. I want to get this. We have Bull Guide. So, okay, we're a little cramped. I'm going to move our terms over just a bit. We have that, and I feel like I'm going to have to take two. We have the friendship card. Oh my goodness. And companion's love. Okay. Companion's love. Now, that is exactly what I was saying with this bell charm, is that there is this deepening of commitment happening here in relationships. And, you know, we often, when we're thinking of deepening connections, we go right into relationship. And I feel like they're talking about both friendships and relationships, because we have the friendship card and we have companion's love. So this is quite an important time coming up for you guys in the relationship department. And remember what I was saying with this ladybug is that things are unfolding for you in ways like there's way more deeper connections that are developing here for you. And what's interesting is we have almost like this contradictory, at first it seems, contradictory message coming through, because we have the Bull Guide card. Now, with this card, you know, Bull Guide is all about standing up for yourself, standing up for what you believe in, what you feel is true, what you feel is right. It's about making boundaries, holding your boundaries, but not in a way that's confrontational. This is so much more, and this card is actually backing up what I'm about to say. So Cosmos of the Heart, which is about being in that, in your heart center, operating from this place which is so much more true to the authentic nature of who you are. Oftentimes we get stuck up here, you know, in our mind, in our past, in our patterns, and we act, speak, do things that maybe aren't really congruent or true to how we're feeling inside. You know, we have these reactions. And that Cosmos of the Heart is saying, you know, it's a 22. It's this higher vibration, this master expression of your heart that's coming up over this next period. In that, it's saying, because you are operating, you know, more from this heart coherent state, that it's giving you the ability to really rework your relationships with this Bull Guide card in a way that your relationships end up more harmonious, because you are being more authentic to yourself. And people truly appreciate when you are raw and honest and true and being authentic. And that Bull Guide card is talking about you expressing yourself in this true heart-centered, authentic way, and really being clear about who you are, what you accept in your life, and what you don't accept. And because of this heart kind of opening that is coming up for you, it creates this depth and coming together in your friendships and relationships. Now, if you are not currently in any sort of relationship, I have to say, this is also saying that there is a committed, because we have the bells, that committed relationship coming up here, and one that is truly an authentic, heartfelt connection. And if you're in a current relationship that is, you know, sketchy and you're really working hard to make it happen, there is a change. Like, these are the surprising things that are unfolding on your path. And this is it. But it's not it's happening outside of you. This is happening because of you. So I need to say, there are events that are going to come up that at first glance, you're going to say, what the heck is going on here? But these are events that are necessary and important to flip you out of your brain, out of your conscious mind thinking patterns into this more authentic, heart-centered way, okay? But the single most beautiful card that is sitting here, if I can get it up, it was stuck, is the Path of the Soul card. Because with this card, this is truly all about you walking the path of your soul. This represents the inside of the spinal column. These would be the ribs coming around. So it's like a Kundalini awakening perspective of rising up your spine, awakening the pineal gland, and really coming into this huge epiphany. The Path of the Soul card is saying that you are coming into a time where you are really going to be walking your true path, your true purpose, in a true expression of who you really are. And I have to say, Path of the Soul, because we had our squirrel and these big, the frog doing these big leaps, that's also saying that if you are not clear about what really your path and purpose is, it is all becoming clear. And don't be surprised when this path, this surprising path that is opening up for you, it puts you into your path and purpose in a way that you have not expected. Now, I feel like we need one more card here, because this is like, there it is there. We have the Awakening card and we have the Breakthrough card. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh, the energy, I am like breaking out in a fine sweat. The heat is rising with this reading. So that tells me when Spirit starts turning on the energy tap here, there is a huge amount of energy. You guys are going to go through huge growth spurts because we have both the Awakening card, which this one came out the last time I used the Path of the Soul deck. And this happens when there's a group of souls sitting within a particular consciousness that need to get the message. So if you have gotten this before, there's a reason why it's coming again. This is that red Kundalini kind of spiritual awakening, this opening to higher energies, higher understanding, higher connection to your higher self and to the universe at large. Like, holy smokes. But not only that, we also have the Breakthrough card, which I feel is completely backing up everything I've said here. You guys are having a breakthrough with your path and your purpose in your romantic life, committed relationships, and with having true soul friends. Like, this is soul family coming into your world. There's a huge breakthrough. And remember what I was saying earlier. I love how Spirit works. What I was saying earlier with a breaking out of those patterns, your old way of being and thinking, that's exactly what this Breakthrough card is talking about. This is a pattern, right? And this light is cutting right through it like a lightsaber. And you guys are breaking out of every pattern. So that you do not get caught by surprise over this next part of your path that's opening to you, expect the unexpected because it's shocking circumstances. Doesn't mean bad. It means unexpected, surprising, shocking circumstances to break you out of this old way into this really abundant, prosperous, heart-centered life path. Wow. Okay, that was huge. Please, if you have not subscribed, I have a lot of amazing readings, and for my current subscribers, I have some new things I'm adding into the readings. You are going to love it, but I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's all about surprises, right? And please do sprinkle some love on that like button for me. It really does help me out. As always, you know I love you. Mwah! I can't wait to see you next week. Take care. Hi, group 2. Okay, let's see. I want to get some letters, and we need some astrological signs. Let's just quickly dig in there. What do we have? Okay, so we have the sign of Cancer, and we have the sign of Virgo. So with the sign of Cancer, the crab is all about mothering, nurturing, the public, intuition, and Virgo is all about health, service, and I guess you could say perfectionism. Now, these two could represent people who are coming up here over this next surprising part of your path. However, these are also energies that you are going to be working with. And it's interesting that we also have the turtle. So we have 2 shelled animals here, 2 shelled creatures. So there is definitely something around you coming out more into the world, coming out of your shell. You know, the crab has its pinchers, which is protection. So this is really about, over this period, you're more letting down your guard. But there's also something about really paying attention to more of your health, habits, things like that, because Virgo brings that energy of, increased awareness around that, and also service. So you're coming out of your shell to be in service in some way. Now, this is interesting. We have both our little skeleton face. I don't even know what they're called, but it's the Mexican Halloween celebration of the dead. And we have the warding off of evil with the hand here. So there's something about conquering your demons, so to speak, that's coming up here on your path. But in order to conquer your demons, you have to come out of hiding and face them head on. So there's something about overcoming your fears over this next little bit. But I have to say, because we have both this flamingo and we have this butterfly, we have 2 little winged creatures. So it's saying that there's going to be some circumstances coming up that are forcing you out of your shell. And through these circumstances, they aren't always bad situations, but these are definitely highly charged situations dealing with some things that come from the past. And because of the nature of what that is, this is dealing with issues from the past that have not been resolved. But it's bringing this transformation because we have the butterfly. That butterfly also sits on this pearl, and that's like this pearl of wisdom, if you want to put it that way. There's this deep understanding that happens. And, now we have the flamingo, and they stand because they have like these stick legs. It raises them above the water without getting knocked over by the waves. And so there's something about the energy of this happening here with issues from the past rising up again, that you're able to ride the waves, so to speak, and still be standing through the end of it. So, the surprising things that are coming up on the path that's opening for you is really cleaning out the closet from your past so that you're able to stand strong and really go through this beautiful transformation. Now, we also have the letters R and C, and those two things represent either the initials of people who are important coming up, or events, situations, places that are going to be important. Now, we also have the seahorse, so another reference to water along with the crab. So water represents emotions, so there's a lot of emotional stuff that's coming up to be cleared, okay? Now, with the seahorse, the seahorse does the impossible. It is the male that carries the babies and gives birth. And so there is something about giving birth to new things in your life over this next part of your path that would have seemed impossible to you from your point of view right now, today, okay? But there's also this ability to maneuver through these emotional times smoothly. I didn't bring up this. We have our, bottle of Chanel perfume number 5. Perfume is a smell. The smell is strongly connected to memories. So there is again another reference to cleaning out the past. It's almost like you guys you're going to be facing these situations that are really, in a healthy way, forcing you to clear out this stuff from the past. But because it's perfume, it's saying that there's a sweetness to this, a beauty to this. I feel like this is gentle and loving in the energy that is coming through with these charms. And we also have, if I can get her flipped over here, we also have the cherries. And those cherries are like, through this process, it really brings you to a place where you're able to enjoy the sweetness in life, like really harvesting the fruits, the good parts of what has gone on in your past to nourish you now. Now, I'm just feeling like I need to dig for one more here so we have, oh my goodness. I'm so glad I did that. This is all about healing your broken heart, the places that have been hurt and wounded in your past. I mean, this is truly bringing you through to face that old stuff, to clear it out. There's a huge clearing out, and this is a healing because it's restoring it back to wholeness. So I have to say, as far as surprises on the path coming up, do not be surprised if you are being contacted by people that you haven't heard from for years, or you've had falling outs with, etc., because there's a massive healing going on here and a huge transformation. And my gut feeling is there's a purpose behind all of this. So let's get out the cards and find out what the heck it is. Wow. Okay. This is exciting. Let's find out what the cards have to say. Give us clarity on the surprising path that's opening for our group 2, Spirit. I'm going down here because this feels like it's the one. Oh my goodness. It's exactly what I've just been saying. I love it when this happens. I know. And we have the fertile card. Okay, fairies fertile card. And I need this one. Oh my goodness. Vibrational. All right. And inflow. And I'm going right in here. There you are. Oh my gosh. And renewal. I am so glad I pulled these on camera because no one would have believed. These are absolutely exactly what I was just talking about in the charms. Okay. Where to start first, Spirit? Guide me here. Okay. We are going to go to our fairies card. Now, the fairies, let me bring this up really close. You see that? It's like there's these two fairies, top and bottom. And there's also like this spider web in the center. And sometimes it's difficult to see on camera, but this is talking about not getting stuck in that web of issues that arise with other people. So remember what I was saying here with our charms, that there's things from the past that, old memories, old issues that are coming up for clearing. And that fairies card is talking about not getting stuck in the drama that can happen in some of our relationships. I mean, even when we are being as conscious as possible in how we're operating and who it is we are allowing to be involved in our lives, it still can happen that we end up with these people that cause these issues. But I have to say, what they are talking about here is these issues being brought up for this clearing and transformation that is coming for you guys, so that you are not going to be getting caught up in the stories of other people, in the energies of other people, so that you are clear and clean to be able to operate and move through this world freed from your past. You're putting a lot of things to rest over this next period. So again, I'm going to reiterate that you are definitely going to be in contact with people from the past who there is still healing left to be done, or the issues that you had to deal with in the past are going to be coming up. Not in a scary way. Please do not take it that way, because when you understand the rest of the cards, you are going to see this is the most beautiful thing that could ever happen for you, because we have two. Okay, so this renewal card is exactly what I was saying with the turtle and the Cancer astrological sign, because when you see this, it's hard to see on camera sometimes, but there's this, it's almost like a fetus. This would be a fetus in a womb. And this is like that inner child that needs that nurturing. And this is that safe place for this renewal and healing that is happening for you. But this is also a rebirth. This is all about rebirth. This is about you coming back out into the world, restored, rejuvenated, nurtured, and free. It's almost like a new life happening for you guys, like literally. So however things have been, and I definitely feel for you guys in this group, that you have really had some challenging times. That part is coming to an end. And it's the last, what they're talking about here is the last cleaning out and clearing out. And it's a rebirth for you coming back into the world in a way, like we have two power cards. So let me push this down. So we have the vibrational card and we have the inflow card. Now that's a master number 11 inflow. And because it's a master number, it's a challenge. And so do not be surprised if you are feeling challenged over this next period. But it's not a challenge that's just going to trip you up. This is a challenge for you to succeed and overcome. You are going to overcome this because this is in flow. This is putting you back in flow with your life, with your purpose, with your heart, with how you need life to be, so that you're clear from all of your past and you're free to be really you. The you know you are inside, and being that person out here in the world freely. And that vibration card, I mean, you can see it. This would represent you as this spark of light. And there's this massive energy pouring out. And that is what this is talking about, that this rebirth is bringing you into this place of really being out there. And sometimes, the universe knows that it's way more comfortable to stay in hiding or to be in this retreat or, hanging out in the comfort of our emotional womb where we're protected. But you guys, do not be surprised by this. You guys are coming out. You know that Diana Ross song? I'm coming out. Yeah. That's you. That's your theme song. Like, download it from iTunes or Spotify or whatever and play it, because you guys are definitely coming out. And with this card, that is also talking about having a much deeper connection to people, especially groups. You might be finding that you're getting put into, how things just align. And this is talking about things lining up, that you're going to find yourself in this leadership type of role, which is why there's so much clearing out, so much really getting the lessons and understanding about dealing with relationships and people, so that you can be in this leadership type of position, working with people in a way that you are empowered, you are healthy, and you are making a difference in this world. And you're going to love it, because this is the inflow. This is saying, like, I love the word mojo, but this is you expressing your mojo. You've got your juice on. You are flowing and rolling with this. And it is going to surprise even you how much you are adapting to this. But not only that, we also have the fertile card. And this came up in one of the YouTube shorts that I did last week or the week before. And this is almost like a sperm and 2 eggs. And what this is talking about is that it's a fertile time coming up into this period where this is where you are planting seeds. This is where you are consciously doing the background work, the foundation laying for consciously manifesting how you want things to unfold in the chapter after. So you're doing all the groundwork here with this fertile card. Now, I have to point this out because I say that fertile card can sometimes be talking about being highly fertile physically. And with this rebirth card, we have a fetus in the womb and we have sperm and egg. So there's 2 things going on. If you are at an age where you are fertile and you do not want to have little brand new souls visiting you, make sure you double up on how you are protecting yourself, because this is a huge sign of pregnancy. Okay, I have to say that. Now, if you're wanting to have kids, this is a sign for you that that little soul is waiting to come in. So don't give up on that. Something surprising is happening in that area. But this is also saying, for those of you who are not of that age or have done your days of having babies, that you are literally going to be creating in this next part of your life. You're going to be creating things to be born in the following chapter that is going to surprise even you, because this is about you coming out into the world, giving birth to something new that is way more in alignment and congruent with the real you, where you are working with people. And this is literally your soul, your energy feeding into this and creating this, I have to say, like, amazing new life. It is a complete and total rebirth for you guys. Wow. Okay, I have to tell you, I actually have some really fun surprises coming up on the channel. So if you haven't subscribed, you better do that now because you don't want to miss it. And if you enjoyed your reading, please do sprinkle some love on the like button for me. As always, you know I love you. Mwah. I will see you again next week. Take care. Okay, group 3, let's see what we have for you. I have too many, and I want to get some astrological signs. And let's dig for some letters here. What do we have? Okay, for letters, we have the letter L, Q, and that looks like a D, the letter D. Okay, so these could be the initials of people, places, things, events, or situations that are important coming up to you over the next period of time. We also have the sign of Aquarius. Okay, this is about surprising things on the path, the surprising path unfolding for you coming up. And with Aquarius being ruled by Uranus, Spirit is upping the ante on the surprises. So these are going to be things that are really, truly unexpected, out of the blue, shocking sometimes in how they unfold or come through for you. Now, we also have here, we have the snake. So the snake sheds its skin. So there's something about a renewal period for you, coming out renewed in some way. Now, the snake is also quite a symbol for healing. So there's something about healing that's happening for you as well. We have a bicycle. Now, this is about really becoming balanced. You need to be balanced in order to drive the bicycle. And I feel like that's what they're talking about with this, that even though there's these shocking sort of things coming up with this Aquarius energy or Uranus, that you're still able to maintain your balance and move points from A to B. Now, what I was saying with this renewal, I feel like we're also getting that similar kind of energy here with the pumpkin, because, Cinderella's carriage was transformed from a pumpkin. So again, renewal, transformation, that sort of thing. But, I want to say, not like in a fairy tale sort of way, but in a way where, like in the fairy tale, it's in a way that you just, from where you're at right now, you couldn't expect it to be quite like that. And we have a little frog. Okay, so the frog is amphibious and it's making leaps. These are big leaps forward that is happening here for you guys. And I have to say, it feels like this is partially about breaking out of old patterns, but this is also about establishing new patterns, new ways of being. Because it's shedding of the old skin, it is a shedding of old patterns and really coming into your own unique new way of being. This is pretty profound. So we also have the little high-heeled shoe, and shoes represent the ability to walk our path. And so there's something about you guys really coming into your own. There's a lot of empowerment energy coming through with this, my goodness. So this is about you guys being able to change your shoes, so to speak, and really walking your path steadily in a strong sort of way. And there's also an indulgence happening here because we have our French fries, and they seem to really like to come out in the charm readings. And what is this? Oh my goodness. I don't know if this one's come out before. So we have the dragon. Okay, dragon energy. I know that you guys know how profound and powerful that dragon is. One, because the dragon breathes fire. This is about transformation. Again, we have that theme of transformation. It is the burning down of the old so that it's ripe for renewal. And the dragon also has wings. Like if you want to say the lion is the king of the jungle, dragon is king of the world. And there is something about you being able to elevate yourself above the turmoil, above the chaos that's happening down below, and gaining this really beautiful perspective. And through that, it gives you this gift of transforming. Now, we also have the teddy bear showing up, and that teddy bear is emotional comfort. So even though there is this transformation and leaps forward happening here for you and changing of patterns, it's still going to be emotionally safe for you. There's a comfort coming in. And I feel like the new that's coming in with this is emotionally soothing because that is the teddy bear. But there's also something really going on with intuition here, you guys, because we have a cat. The cat represents intuition, right? That sixth sense. And she is on a branch with that moon behind her. The moon also represents intuition, nurturing, feminine energies, that sort of thing. So I feel like they're talking about really moving in this way that you're in flow with your intuition during this time. And we have an arrow with a heart. And this is one, it's about taking aim, shooting your arrow, pointing it toward what you want in life. And I feel like this is like not just matters of the heart in the form of relationship, but matters of the heart in things that are important to you. It's like, becoming love struck with life, with this new life, this new way of being. Now, I'm sure there is more for us to gain, so let's get out the cards and find out what are they talking about here. It's pretty exciting. Oh, look at that, you guys. This is definitely for you. We have the encoded card, which is about coming to see or understand things in a new way, in a different way, things that you haven't been able to see before this point. So, Spirit, surprises, the surprising path unfolding for group 3. Okay, I'm going to go here. We have the joyous card, which we love to see the joyous card come out. Renewal. Okay, that actually is explaining the arrow with the heart that we saw there. And I'm going to take this one. We have Kuan Yin, which is a master number 33. She is all about compassion, forgiveness, but also spiritual connection. And oh my goodness, and we have the channeling guide. Okay, these cards, I'm so glad you could see this because that is literally backing up what they were saying in the charms. So what I was saying with our kitty cat on the moon and this being all about intuition, well, that channeling guide is also all about intuition, because this is information coming through the crown and out the mouth. So whatever this is, this period that's coming up for you, the topic is surprising path unfolding for you. So there is something profound and powerful that's going on, that's coming up as far as your intuition. And what they're talking about with that is really having a clarity about what it is that you're getting and being able to express that and share that with others, because the channeling guide is literally about speaking it, sharing it. And that's a big part of this transformation that they were talking about. So I have a feeling that how this is unfolding for you guys with that Uranus energy in Aquarius, it's not in a way that you guys are going to expect. But this is a much deeper personal connection with spirit that is coming for you guys. And it's almost like that out of the blue, unexpected kind of awakening to your deeper intuition. Now, what's happening here is that, okay, I'm getting carried away. Okay, let's go to this one. Because we have the encoded card, and sometimes it's difficult to see on camera, but there's this pattern that runs through this entire fractal. And this pattern is talking about the hidden, encoded symbols that are within your reality and being able to decode your reality, which is on the lines of that intuitively seeing below the surface of things in a way where you can interpret it and understand it. So they are talking about like on that level of seeing the symbols or the numbers or those signs and synchronicities, and intuitively being able to go, I know that this is pointing up to this and that. But there's also this deeper intuitive understanding about what is happening in your reality. Like it's a much more connected time for you. So I have to say, because this is surprising, that how this is going to open for you or unfold for you might come as a bit of a shock. Like I really have to say this. And Spirit is so funny in how they do things, right? But even though it's going to be shocking, we have this joyous card. So this is one of my favorite cards. All these pinks and greens. Pink is the alternate color for the heart chakra. And so this is saying that the way that this unfolds, it really brings you into that place of having that deep joy of just waking up every day and getting to be alive and to live this life. And if you have not been feeling that over this last little period, this is a whole new way of being for you. And it is beautiful. It is gentle. And this joyous card is talking not only about your own experience, but like that there's something about you. We've got that dragon, right? I'm sorry, I'm reaching for it here. But we have that dragon. But there's that transformation through this snake and this dragon, the fire, that is burning down your old ways of being. And so you might find that very shocking or surprising, that things are changing in a particular way. And I'm going to say, don't freak out when it's like all of a sudden one door is closing, something is happening, and you're like, what the heck is going on? Just know that this transformation is ending things in particular areas of your life so that it can open up to the new things that are truly congruent with your deepest heart in what brings you true joy in your life. And one of the ways that a transformation is happening is in relationships. And that's where this arrow that we have comes in, that arrow with the heart at the end. Because that renewal card, spirals represent huge energy, growth, expansion. And the renewal card is specific to relationships. Now, this isn't just only intimate relationships. This is friendships, all relationships that you have, the important ones, your important people. Okay? And they're saying that there's some deeper understanding, and that dragon, flying above the turmoil, being able to have that higher perspective, that through that, it brings you a renewed, I want to say, intuitive understanding to these relationships. But it is also bringing you the energy of Kuan Yin, because with this Kuan Yin card, she is directly talking about compassion and forgiveness. Okay? And so it is saying that there's this understanding that's coming for you where you are able to see how and why you behaved in certain ways in the past, perhaps in certain ways that you didn't like, that you were, as I said, operating from old patterns. And it's about having compassion for where you were at that time. And that through this higher understanding, this higher perspective, you're able to forgive yourself. But not only yourself, through forgiving yourself, it gives you the ability to forgive others. And this is master number 33. So we're talking about, body, mind, and spirit, a complete healing of your whole being through that Christ, compassion, forgiveness, consciousness that Kuan Yin brings. And in that, there is a renewal for you in all areas of relationships. So people, you will be surprised by this, how people are just going to be suddenly acting differently, the difficult people and family members that we have, etc., that there's a switch, a flip, a turnaround happening in your relationships. And it's simply because your inner consciousness has changed. And it's a profound change. You will be surprised by this. Now, we have to pull just one or two more cards because I feel there's one more part of this message. What card is that my finger is holding? Oh, that's the one. Revelations. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. And is it this one? Oh my goodness. I'm going to take this one too because we need it. Creative. Okay. So this card is healing with intention. Exactly what I said that this healing that the snake has in our charms, and this renewal that's happening with our relationship, we have another spiral. This is a high energy part in your path that's opening for you guys. So I don't even need to say take full advantage of it because you will. And this is a wholehearted healing with these yellows. This is a huge healing in your empowerment. And with these blues, this is a huge healing in both your ability to express yourself in the way your heart wants to express itself, not in the way your mind has old ways and patterns of expressing that sometimes we don't really like. This is a really authentic expression and a healing that is your healing affects the relationships around you. It's literally backing up what I said. And that Revelations card is there are understandings, perception changes, revelations, big ahas coming where you will be making, you directly are going to be making some changes in your world in this period that is going to surprise you and the people around you in your relationships. And this could be a change of career, a change of your jobs, change of your relationships. There's huge changes, big epiphanies, and changes made because of those epiphanies. And then we have the creative card. And so this has a lot to do with writing, the arts, expressiveness. So I feel like they're talking about that wholehearted, like, channeling of this whole creative influence that's coming in for you. You guys have a really powerful period that's opening up for you. Okay. So get ready because wow. But also I should say you need to get ready because I have some little changes and surprises happening on the channel over the next few weeks, and I know you are going to love it. So if you are not subscribed, you better subscribe because you're going to love it too. And I just want to say thank you. If you enjoyed your reading, please do sprinkle some love on that like button for me. And as always, you know I love you. Mwah. I will see you again next week. Take care.